Kasthamandap Television.
आदरणीय दर्शक महानुभावहरू, आज यस ओपन माइक कार्यक्रममा हामी विशिष्ट पाहुनासँग संवाद गर्न गइरहेका छौं। आजको यस ओपन माइक स्टुडियोमा हाम्रो विदेशी पाहुना हुनुहुन्छ र यसर्थ कार्यक्रममा मैले सोध्ने प्रश्न अंग्रेजीमा हुनेछ र संवाद अंग्रेजीमा हुनेछ। यसर्थ कार्यक्रम सुरु गर्नका निमित्त म आजका पाहुना केटी हिलबर्नलाई इस कार्यक्रममा स्वागत गर्न चाहन्छु। I would like to welcome Katie Hilborn in our in the set of open mic.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me here.
Okay, the lots of the audiences are in the looking this program, and I would like to request you introduce yourself. What does it mean, Katie and Hilborn?
Yeah, Katie Hilborn. Yeah, well, it's so I'm the founder and executive director of a charity called Global Orphan Prevention. We work to stop the orphanage trade and child sex trafficking, primarily here in Nepal. And I've been operating in the country since 2011.
2011.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, where are you from? Where are you from?
Yeah, so I'm from, well, I'm from Chicago, Illinois, but I currently live in Denver, Colorado in the United States.
Okay. Then you are here. You are working as a social worker, social campaigner, yes. And what type of Nepalese society you found?
Yeah, so I first came to the country in 2011, and I had a desire to help people, but I didn't know what to do. Okay. And so I started traveling the country, looking for needs, seeing where I could be of service, and I just happen to love children. So I started volunteering in orphan homes.
Okay.
And it was soon discovered that many of these children had living parents.
Okay.
And UNICEF has actually discovered that 85% of children in orphan homes worldwide have at least one living parent.
Okay. Then what is the difference between the Nepalese and other communities in the orphan kids?
Pardon?
What is the differences between Nepalese orphan kids and other countries' orphan kids?
Yeah.
Are there any differences or not?
Yeah. Well, what we were finding here was that so the reason the reason that a lot of these kids had living parents is because the mothers were either widowed or abandoned.
Yeah.
And as probably a lot of people know, in Nepali culture, a woman is essentially powerless without her husband, especially in the rural area.
Yeah.
So a lot of these single or abandoned mothers were kind of forced to give their kids up to the orphan homes.
Yeah.
Or the second issue was they were trafficked there, what I call orphanage trafficking.
Okay.
Yeah, and so we're seeing a lot.
What is the scenario of girls trafficking in Nepal?
The scenario? Yeah, so the organization started with orphanage trafficking, but it actually, we've extended that to include anti-child sex trafficking. And yeah, it's a very deep-seated issue that goes back centuries. I don't know, are you familiar with the history of trafficking in this country?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think it was during the Rana regime. Yeah, some of these like rural girls, particularly the Tamang and the indigenous, were brought to the palace to be used as like concubines, and they were revered for their beauty. So they were brought to the palace to be used in this manner, but it was, it was soon discovered that they were also being used as sex slaves as well. So that's actually how trafficking in this country really started. And so even like when you go out into these remote access villages, we operate in district of Nuakot. It's about a 7-hour drive, like straight north. But in these particular areas, because the girls were being sent to the palace for so long, it was ingrained in their minds that this was the right thing to do.
Okay.
So actually led to parents and sometimes parents and uncles trafficking their own family.
Okay, how do you generate the fund to help the orphans and in your social campaign?
Yeah, how do we generate the funds? Yeah. Well, right now we actually have a lot of American donors supporting from back in Denver and Chicago, where I'm actually also from. But we have a lot of American donors, some Australians, some UK. And every year we have an annual gala, a black tie gala. Our one this year is on September 17th.
Okay. September 17th.
Yeah.
Coming.
Yeah, so we have like a big dinner with entertainment, and we raise most of our funds at that event.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then you are doing great to the Nepalese people and the children.
Yeah.
Okay, then I would like to go your one question, your personal question. What about your academic background or family background? Your academic qualification or family background?
Oh, sure. Yeah. I have a bachelor's in mass communications.
Okay.
And then I have a master's degree in education, and I'm actually a certified teacher.
Okay, certified teacher.
Yeah.
In US.
Yeah, I'm not practicing anymore. I stopped being a teacher so I could run this nonprofit
You are teaching
full-time.
us. You are teaching us our community. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Then, how do you inspire to involve in social work?
How was I inspired?
Yeah.
Yeah. I've always just kind of had a heart for it. Okay. So, right out of college, let's see, it was around, what year was that? I can't even remember now. Oh, 2006. Okay. Right out of college, I just started traveling the world and volunteering. So I went to Africa and various places in South America. And I just did one-off volunteer projects, like I would work in a wildlife refuge or go volunteer at a preschool. And then that's when in 2011 I came to Nepal. And I actually came here with the interest to start my own NGO.
Okay. Then how many did you stay in that time, in the first time of Nepal visit?
In 2011, I think I stayed about 3 months.
3 months.
Yeah.
Okay. Then what is the difference between 2011 and now?
2011 and now?
Yeah. It is approximately 11 years.
Can you be more specific in the question?
No. What did you get difference in the Nepalese community? Where are you working now? What is the difference between the status of the people in 2011 and 22?
The strategy.
The status of the
status.
Yeah. Well,
I'm not really sure how to answer that question.
Okay.
Status
of the orphan children.
Yeah.
And about the trafficking in the time of 2011.
Oh, how it's evolved.
Yes,
yeah. Okay. Yeah. So we started with orphan prevention, and then after the earthquake hit, we were here. So the earthquake was April 2015.
Yeah.
We were here delivering disaster relief aid. So we were going up into the earthquake impact zone, like near Gorka and Dola, and Sikar Besi, and we were just delivering like rice, tarps, these kinds of things.
Okay.
And when we arrived into the district of Nuakot, into one of these remote villages, and it was actually Sikar Besi. When we arrived, we were arriving to like deliver rice and tarps, and we discovered that 19 young girls had gone missing in the first month after the earthquake from this one particular area.
Okay.
Yeah. And so we were like, whoa, what is going on here? So we started asking around, and like nobody is talking about it at all.
Okay.
Nobody's talking about it at all. There's a lot of...
This is basically in Tamang community?
Yeah, it's a Tamang area.
Okay.
Yeah. And my friend who I was with, a Nepali woman, she goes, well, this area and like Gangfedi and Nuakot in general is the #1 child trafficking district in the whole country. Okay. So I said, let's figure out
Sindhupalchok. Have you been Sindhupalchok or not?
Yeah, Sindhupalchok. Yeah, so that area as well, Sindhupalchok.
Sindhupalchok, Nuakot.
Yep.
Dolakha.
Exactly. Yeah, so that whole area. And so I said, well, let's investigate and figure out what the heck is going on here. And through a series of investigation, we discovered that the politicians at the bottom of the hill were taking the girls from the top of the hill, the indigenous from the top of the hill, and selling them to India, to the brothels. Well, what had happened was right after the earthquake, because the country was in chaos, the police checkpoints were down, and so the trafficking ring, it's like a whole, like it's like a mafia style, the whole ring, and it's politically driven, and it goes way to the top here in Nepal. So it's so basically how we put it best was police checkpoints were down, and then it's like the sleeper agents, they were activated and instructed to start snatching girls.
Anuradha Koirala, have you heard the name? Anuradha Koirala?
I'm sorry.
Anuradha Koirala, have you heard the name?
I haven't.
Anuradha Koirala and Mighty Nepal.
Oh, Mighty Nepal, yes.
See the founder of?
Oh, yes,
Anuradha Koirala.
I've heard of her.
And
CNN hero.
CNN hero. And she worked in this trafficking in Nepal. And then, did you get any support from the government of Nepal? Or?
Well, not the government yet. We're going to be applying for some aid. But so basically in Gang Fedi, we have...
Gang Fedi.
Yeah, so we just built an empowerment center and dormitory in Gang Fedi. And it's basically, it's to give equal access. So we know that the surest way...
I saw it.
Oh, you saw
social
it?
Media.
Oh, good, So we know that the surest way to stop child trafficking is through education, empowerment, and economic development. That is the surest way. And so our center provides all of that. So, and of course,
then how do you empower for the economic development?
So I'll just tell you. So basically, our center allows equal access to education for girls that live over a 1-hour trek from school. So we have like a hostel, so they can come live there. Full security, all the things. So that's the education piece. Then we come in and we offer like leadership training, anti-trafficking workshops, self-development, social emotional skills. So we're developing the whole child, not just one piece.
Holistic development approach.
Exactly. So that's what our center is. And that's how it's a source of empowerment for them.
Then your hostel is providing them lunch as well as in the residential facility, both?
So they live at our center from Sunday to Friday. Then they go home for Saturday. And then, so we provide them, we have a house mother, security, like really nice rooms and beds and showers and toilets and meals, all the things. So that's one piece of it. Then the second piece is economic development. So essentially, we're asking people to send their daughters to our center, which means they're going to be short a laborer. Because normally girls, they send the boys to school, the girls stay and work the farm. So we know that we can't just help the child, we need to help the whole family. You understand? So because traffickers can earn an entire year's income from the sale of one girl. So we have to do economic development. It's the only way. We're working with like the Ministry of Agriculture to come on into the area, work with the farmers, how to increase better crop yield, maybe some other social entrepreneurial ideas like tourism. So it's a multi-agency approach.
Then we have to develop economically first. We have to reduce poverty first, isn't it? Then only we can stop the trafficking in our community, in our society, isn't it?
I believe so.
Have you seen any such type of the help or the assistance which must be from the government side, from the Nepal's government side? Where are the lackings? Did you notice on that?
Well, the government really only funds schools. So ours doesn't qualify for funding because it's technically a hostel empowerment center. But I need to explore that more.
Okay.
I need to explore.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, then today you are going back to US.
I
yes?
am tonight, yeah.
To generate the fund to the Nepalese kids and the girls.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. You are doing great. And why don't you ask to the Nepalese business people and the Nepalese community to generate the fund to the Nepalese kids and the girls?
I would love that. Okay. Yeah, if you know anyone that wants to support what we're doing, I would love to talk to them and share with them the impact that we're having.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's great. We'll support you.
Yeah, I would love that.
Our media will support you.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah, I would absolutely love that.
Okay,
and I do have Nepalese helping me.
Okay.
I have about 5 really good Nepali friends that are here supporting it. One is Dr. Lakshmi Tamang.
Dr. Lakshmi Tamang, yeah.
Yeah. Do you
know
know her?
Yeah, I know her.
I feel like Lakshmi knows everybody. So she's a social worker. So
she's bored, right?
Huh?
She's very bored.
Bored?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Courageous woman.
So she's helping. She's with the social activism, and just building relationships within communities and helping them empower themselves so that they can. Because like basically we have our center, but we donated the center to the local women's group there, Red Panda, because we want them to manage it and them be empowered to run it. Yeah, so there's Dr. Lakshmi Tamang, and I have a few others, Mingmar Tamang and Uttam Bolin Lama. He's a definitely a fan of what we're doing. So yeah.
And then in your center, how many kids are there? How many girls are there?
Okay, right now there's 28.
28, okay.
But we made it.
What is the capacity of your center?
Yeah, so the capacity is 28, but we have it so we can add on 2 more floors.
Okay.
So eventually we want to do more fundraising to expand, and we can expand up to 55 girls.
55.
Yeah,
yes, okay.
Yeah, but we need to raise more money to do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Certainly you will generate that one.
What's that?
That fund.
Yeah. Okay. Yes, that's the goal.
That's the goal.
Yeah.
Then I feel that you from US is working and helping us, and we people sometimes feel bad. Okay, our daughters, our sisters are being sold from many years, in different places, not only in India and in neighboring countries. Now in the different countries, there are different markets out there. For the girls or for the sex markets. So how can we prevent or stop such type of things?
How can you stop? Well, it's really ingrained in
not
the
only
culture.
to minimize the poverty. Yes, there are different aspects in the society.
Yeah.
Yes. How can we make the people aware not to send the girls in the abroad or to sell them for the other purposes, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it's really tough because, like I said, it's a centuries-old problem, and you know, centuries ago it was seen as if you got to go to the palace, that was, you know, fantastic. You made it. So it's really ingrained in the culture to do this. So that's why in a lot of these cases, the traffickers don't think they're doing anything wrong. You know, they think like, oh, well, the girl can go to the brothel, and because eventually the girl can earn money and send money home.
Yeah.
Eventually, not in the beginning. In the beginning, it's the most horrible abuse you can ever imagine.
Yeah.
So they think, oh, well, they're going to help the families. They're doing a good thing. So, gosh, how do you stop it? Oof. I don't know if you can change old habits, but what I do know is we can prevent it from happening moving forward through education. Education is the most important piece to all of this.
One, education.
Yeah.
Education can stop it.
Yeah, I mean, I think it can stop new generations of traffickers rising. But the old traffickers that have been doing this for 20 years, like, I don't think we can change their minds, to be honest. But what we can do is like the new generation of boys that, and sometimes traffickers are girls, but the ringleaders, the master traffickers are very likely men. But like, yeah, like I think just the new boys that are going to be adults, like that's where the education piece is so important.
Okay.
And value, and value. A lot of these girls that go, they don't have any self-worth. They have no value. They believe they have no value.
Yeah.
So ingraining into them that you are valuable, you are worthy, and you are worthy of living and being here.
Yeah.
And we want you here. That's important.
You have visited Nuwakot, Sindhupalchok, Dolakha, the part of the Nepal. Have you been Pokhara?
I have. I like Pokhara.
Okay.
Yeah.
And other parts of the Nepal?
I've been to Lumbini, did the Annapurna trek.
Okay.
That's about it.
Okay, then we are discussing about your social involvement in Nepal.
Yeah.
That starts from that click at 2011.
Yeah.
Yes, to involve in as a social worker.
Yeah.
That means, do you have any such type of incident which that turn your life as a social worker, or as a mother, as a guardian of Nepalese people, and Nepalese kid, anyone, such type of any incident?
Yeah, I actually don't. Yeah, everyone always asks me, why do you help Nepal?
Yeah.
Well, before I even came to Nepal in 2011, I was traveling the world and figuring out like where I wanted to be, and Nepal is different. I love the people and how cheery everybody are, and mostly people are like very friendly to me and smiling, and or if they're not smiling, I'll wave, then they'll smile. Yeah. But yeah, I just love the Nepali culture, and especially the children. The children are just so sweet and pure. It's so easy to help them.
Okay, we are in the last moment of the interview. Do you have any queries which a presenter must ask any such type of area? Is there any area should I ask you? Or I forgot to ask.
Well, yeah, I was going to explain my name.
Yeah, please. Katie Hilborn.
So I didn't realize this until last year.
Yeah.
So my name is Katie Hilborn.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize Katie means girl.
Katie means girl in Nepal.
In Nepal, yeah. And Hilborn.
Hilborn.
I'm helping girls in the hill.
Yeah.
So the villagers last year was like, Katie Hilborn, you're helping girls in the hill. I was like, yeah. So maybe it was divinely meant to be that I'm here helping Nepalis.
Yeah. Okay. Then, is there any planning to come with the team, or to expand your social work somewhere else in Nepal than Dolakha, this Sindhupalchok or Nuwakot?
Yeah. Once we get our center more established,
Okay.
I would love to build more of them.
Okay.
Throughout Nepal.
Throughout Nepal.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then, have you visited the western part of the Nepal?
I haven't yet. So, actually, no. I've been up to the Tibetan plateau.
Have you been Karnali province? Or?
I haven't. No.
You haven't been
No,
there.
but I know that like far western Nepal
Far
is a
western
heavy trafficking area.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to go there next. Yeah.
Okay. You haven't been there?
Not yet.
Dangari, Mahendra. Have you heard this? Dangari and Mahendranagar?
I've heard of it. Yeah.
Okay. You haven't been in the eastern part of the Nepal? No.
No.
Okay.
No. So I need to go there too. Oh, well, actually, we've also been to the Kasthamandap.
Okay.
So
Kasthamandap.
we have a small primary school in Kasthamandap that the school was already established. We provided the building and the library.
Okay.
And that's near Kasthamandap.
Kasthamandap.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Then I will pull you in the in the social organizations.
Yeah.
How many social organizations are you going to operate nowadays in Nepal?
Pardon?
How many social organizations you have? How many organizations do you have?
Well, it's just Global Orphan Prevention, but our main partner is called
Okay.
Community Leadership Nepal Foundation.
Okay.
And they are, it's an Australian and Nepali based organization. So we partner with them for a lot of things. They're going to help run our programming and translate it for Nepali culture.
Okay.
Yeah.
आदरणीय दर्शक महानुभावहरू, आज हामी यस ओपन माइक को कार्यक्रममा एकजना विदेशी सामाजिक अभियन्ता र 2011 देखि हालसम्म निरन्तर रूपमा नेपाली टुहुरा बालबालिका र जुन नानीहरू विदेशमा गएर बेचिन्छन् तिनका निमित्त उहाँले सामाजिक अभियन्ताका रूपमा काम गरिरहनु भएको छ र लामो समयदेखि नेपाली बालबालिकाहरू र महिलाहरूलाई सशक्तिकरण कसरी गर्न सकिन्छ, आर्थिक रूपमा कसरी सशक्तिकरण गर्न सकिन्छ र शिक्षाको क्षेत्रमा कसरी काम गर्न सकिन्छ भन्नेमा उहाँको अर्गनाइजेसन र उहाँको टिम काम गरिरहनु भएको छ र म पुनः उहाँलाई अन्त्यमा okay, I would like to thanks, and this program will be broadcasted on coming Tuesday from 3 televisions, one Kasthamandap television, Yes television, and Suba television, including YouTube channel. Thank you so much to be here in our this set.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. Yeah.
आदरणीय दर्शक महानुभाव, आजको कार्यक्रम यही सकिएको जानकारी गराउँदै म बिदा हुन चाहन्छु। धन्यवाद, नमस्कार।
ओइ तिमीहरु जुस खाने हो? ओइ बिस्तारै बिस्तारै फुट्ला है, त्यो ग्लास मैले बेल्जियमबाट लिएर आको। ल ल एउटा एउटा गरेर खाऊ है साथी। यो बिस्किट त मैले युरोपबाट लिएर आको।
लास्टै गफाडी रहेछ यार, युरोपबाट ल्याए।
यस्तो चीज कहाँ पाइन्छ र? खाऊ खाऊ।
जिएमा नि गफ दिन्छ। टिभी हेर त, यत्रो छ।
ओइ तेरो टिभी अन गर त। मेरो टिभी हेर्ने? ल थाहा छ कतिवटा एचडी च्यानल छ? 65 भन्दा बढी। डिजिटलको त कुरै नगरौँ, 215 भन्दा बढी छ।
यसमा इन्टरनेट पनि छ नि।
मेरोमा त यस्तो आउँदैन त। कुन टिभी हो तेरो? यो तेरो टिभी होइन, मेरो टिभी हो।
मेरो टिभीको एचडी सेटअप बक्स लगाऊ, टिभीलाई डिजिटल बनाऊ, साथै इन्टरनेट सेवा र आफ्नै मनोरञ्जनात्मक च्यानल्सहरुको मज्जा लिऊ। मेरो टिभी, टिभी हेराइको छुट्टै मज्जा। देशका प्रमुख शहरहरुमा उपलब्ध छ। मेरो टिभी।
विगतको 20 वर्षदेखि हजुरको सेवामा समर्पित वेब सर्फर, अब सबैको लागि वेब सर्फर, भरपर्दो विश्वासिलो हाई स्पिड फाइबर इन्टरनेट र टिभी सर्भिस। देशको पूर्वदेखि पश्चिमसम्म फैलिएको हाई स्पिड फाइबर इन्टरनेट, आइपीटिभी, डिजिटल टिभी, कर्पोरेट इन्टरनेट, इन्ट्रानेट र डेटा सेन्टर सर्भिस आदि सेवाहरूको लागि वेब सर्फर नेपाल। अरूभन्दा फरक, सबैभन्दा विश्वसनीय, नेपाल भरि फाइबर इन्टरनेट र टिभी सर्भिस सेवाको लागि वेब सर्फर। घर घरमा फाइबर इन्टरनेट र टिभी सर्भिस। कन्ट्याक्ट 0159702222। For more details, visit www.websurfer.com.np.
Building character and broadening horizons. Celebrating 25th years of excellence, JV Academy announces admission open for +2 Science and Management. For details,